Everybody, my name is Mike, and I'm sitting down with CykloneJack today. He is an upcoming member of the Neural Nexus Zero campaign. It's a Savage World campaign set in a cyberpunk setting in 1980s Boston. Jack, thanks so much for coming out and talking with me today.
Of course, Mike. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. As you all well know, he is a competitive MechWarrior streamer. He is a member of the Tabletop Tavern TTRPG game, and he streams over at twitch.tv/CykloneJack. So Jack, let's jump into it. How long have you been playing tabletop RPG games?
From about 12 or 13 years old, I've been playing.
How did you actually get introduced to TTRPG?
I was a little kid, and the adventure scene kind of grasped me, and my cousin had played first edition D&D and gave me his old copy of Chainmail.
Okay.
And that kind of kicked it off. From there, my stepbrother used to love playing D&D, and he played the Battletech RPG, so that kind of sparked a bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
And when I got a little bit older, once I started getting into the whole RPG scene, I had a bunch of friends of mine who were into Shadowrun and cyberpunk and all sorts of other, role-playing games. So it's been a lifelong delve from the ages of 12 and 13 years old.
Excellent.
I don't think I've ever really stopped.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned all these systems. Do you have a favorite system that you like using?
I can't say a favorite. I've actually helped write a few. I've product tested for Wizards of the Coast.
Okay.
For D&D 5th and 4th edition.
Okay.
I've been involved in playing and playtesting indie systems.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think probably one of my favorites has got to be World of Darkness, with a close tie to the Shadowrun setting.
Okay. All right. So outside of like tabletop RPG gaming, have you ever done any role-playing, anything, acting, anything like that?
I've done some acting. I've done some small like extra work on stage.
Okay. But
I've actually been in a TV show, and now that I think about it, I've been in a movie too.
Okay.
Some of you may remember a TV show on Nickelodeon called Pete and Pete.
I'm old. I definitely do.
Okay, so I was on Pete and Pete for 2 different episodes. One in particular that I actually was involved with in my old school hometown.
Okay.
Where there's a specific episode where the younger Pete rides a wave runner in the town pool, and I was in that scene and several others in that episode.
I'm gonna have to look it up, guys. For you guys out there in the community, we're gonna find that. We're gonna put the link below this video.
Okay. I was also lucky enough, for those of you that remember Last Action Hero, I was actually in Los Angeles, California when they were filming that.
Oh, excellent. And
the scene where Arnold was riding the horses through downtown and through the hotels.
Yep.
I was in one of those scenes as well.
Excellent. That's one of my favorite movies too.
There you go.
What aspect of the tabletop RPG gaming do you enjoy the most? Is it the intrigue? Is it the combat? Is it the role playing?
I love being someone I'm not, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I grew up like a lot of people out there in a very, very weird time, and kind of a rough upbringing, and being able to escape in another world.
Yep.
was amazing. For a couple hours a night, I could sit down at a table and I wasn't me anymore.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of that perfect escape for me.
Excellent. So you had mentioned Shadowrun. So that's cyberpunk-ish. And have you ever played any other kind of campaign that was had a cyberpunk focus or a modern focus?
I've played Cyberpunk itself.
Okay.
I've played D20 Modern, and I've played World of Darkness. I've played so many RPGs in the modern setting and a bunch in the cyberpunk setting. It's kind of amazing.
Awesome. What would you say is the biggest influence for your upcoming character in the campaign?
So my newest character, not to give too much away, my newest character, I kind of took a lot of my backstory and I threw it in. But at the same time, who really kind of wants to roleplay themselves, right?
Okay.
So I added in some flavor for some old school characters. In fact, one of my very first Shadowrun characters kind of got meshed in too. But me and the other cast members kind of sat and made our characters together.
Okay.
At least the theory of our characters we put together.
Right.
So yeah, we kind of all influenced one another, which is really kind of cool to work with some of like really big names in streaming like Loken and Astropub.
Yeah.
And some of the other guys is really, really kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for this upcoming campaign. We have a wonderful cast, including yourself, and I have a story that I've been wanting to tell for years, and I finally get to tell it.
There you go.
Can you share one detail about your character that you'd like people to know that's not going to completely blow it out of the water for everybody?
Sure. Zero is a very family-oriented character.
Okay.
And in fact, it's probably one of the most important things to him. So be aware of how he interacts with everybody around him. There's a reason for everything and everything that he says.
Excellent. So knowing the cast and knowing the characters that the other people are going to be playing, which character do you think you're going to have the most static with, and which character do you think you're going to identify with the most?
Again, I don't want to give too much away, but I will say that the person that I have the most static with is probably going to be the person that I get along with the most too.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
it's the ones we love that can annoy us the most, right?
Absolutely, man. Like I said, it's all about family.
So in the upcoming campaign, what are you most excited for?
The go button. Let's hit that go button and see what kind of magic happens. That's what I'm excited the most about.
Excellent. Have you ever been to Boston?
I have. Many times. I'm actually not that far away from Boston.
Okay.
And I've traveled up there for trips with family, trips alone, trip skating back in the day. And most recently I was up there for a Warhammer 40K tabletop event.
Excellent. And in your personal life, what's important to you as a person? What are your guiding goals in this life?
And see, that's changed a little for me recently. I recently had a son about 2 years ago.
Excellent.
So I guess being able to provide and protect are two of my most important things.
It's that family tie-in, just in like your character.
Yeah.
And I have one more question for you.
All right.
Let's hear your best Boston accent.
My best Boston accent.
Because nobody can do this.
No, but yeah. See, the problem is my Boston accent sounds like a Jersey accent. So when I ask for a cup of water or where my car keys went, it just doesn't work.
Everybody, my name's Mike, and this is CykloneJack, and we're going to see you in the Nexus soon. Thanks.